Let's go on your left. this game against TFK2 and BSI 2 pickup team. BSI has already scored 1 point, and Håkon pulls directly to the roof. A bit too high. This hole is not as tall as the ones we are used to playing in. So there has been quite a few pulls into the ceiling. Now let me just get my paper set so I can give you some names attached to the players. Unfortunately, I do not see TFK2 roster list present here. Which is quite unfortunate. Anyway, TFK scored. Equalized to 1-1. Pull goes to Håkon. BSI 2 playing a vertical stack. Lars Orav doing a long run to the end zone. Catching the disc. I think he called himself out actually. Giving the disc back, that shows great spirit. Oh, unlucky, not able to catch that. A bit of an expletive coming out, but that is understandable. Bit of a collision there between Preston and Musti. Musti is down. BSI 2 is playing savage, so they cannot afford to lose any players. He's back up. He did have the disc, so he retains control of it since he intentionally put it down. And disc is in. He's still holding his back though, so hopefully it was not too serious. But is able to reel in the score on the pass from Håkon. Going up 2-1.
Har vi lagoppstilling for TFK2?
TFK2 har ikke rosterpån, eller her er...
Har du ikke? Skal jeg printe ut?
Ja, eller få den her på. Der er den avkortet. Jeg jobber med IT her.
Men jeg kan skrive det.
Yes, we're hopefully getting a long pass attempt there to the end zone. Unfortunately not able to reel it in. He was not aware that the pass was coming. TFK taking the attack. BSI 2 has already set up a wall in their own end zone. So they're basically giving TFK the almost entire field to play on. And they're able to sneak in behind the defense for an overhead, equalizing to 2-2. Marcel Hum, number 16. Now the reason that BSI 2 is only 5 people and is not only BSI players is that BSI unfortunately had a lot of sick people in the last week. Originally they had signed up a total of 17 players. 8 on one team, 9 on the other. But when the day came, we were down to 11. So instead of playing a team of 6 and a team of 5, they put 4 people on one team and got an extra player from Ås and the BUI, and are playing all the points, every one of them.
De må faktisk flytte spillerne mellom lag. Ikke bare skrive én på det ene laget. De må ta rollene. Hvis de har byttet på masse spillere, de flytter på den. De kan ikke bare si «Å, her koster det seg igjen».
Oh, a scuba just grazes above the fingers of the TFK player, and Lars Olav is able to reel it in the end zone for a nice score. BSI going up 3 points to 2. BSI, Lars Olav is taking the pull. TFK is playing with 3 handlers and 2 people in the horizontal stack, giving the people downfield a lot of room to work with. A long pass, unable to reel it in. Unlucky. So Preston picking up for BSI. Håkon is in the other handler position, and the vertical stack, Lars Olav cutting towards. Long hammer, unable to reel it in, and that is not good. He has had issues with his legs in previous games. This time it seems to be the left thigh as he jumped. But he gets back up. TFK got the disc on their own goal line. Break pass, high floaty, and a floaty pass into the end zone. And that was a grab, and it looked to be in. But I think they are calling it out. But that was an amazing grab, just at the tip of the fingers. Lars Olav getting the pass, looking for somebody into the end zone, but there's nobody there. Musti not able to reel it in the same way in the other end zone. And that went out the sideline, but he's still taking it a meter, good meter into the field. Nobody calling a travel on it, so it's okay. Nice pass down the open side. Didn't find anything down the field, so passing back to handler. Hard mark, gets back to a handler. Sees nothing downfield. BSI 2 is taking away all the space, and unlucky number 35. Not able to grab that disc. That was a nice floaty pass down the open side for a cross run. Preston now with the disc, finding Lars Olav. Preston coming down the line. Finding a handler. nothing happening downfield. Musti with the disc. That's a good defense, number 35. He did have body possession, so any contact there would be initiated by Lars Olav. And since the disc went down, that's a good defense. Number 36 is allowed to be wide open in front of the end zone. And a nice give and go. Gives the score to TFK2, number 36. Unfortunately, we're still missing a roster for TFK2. Håkon is calling up to the commentators, telling me to only say nice things. Håkon is one of the most handsome players in the Norwegian Ultimate Team. The TFK2 with the pull. That's a long pull going out the back of the end zone. Now the rules for pulls in Norwegian Ultimate is a bit different from other countries. For one, the brick mark is not in front of the end zone, but it's another 4 meters. And also, if the pull lands outside, no matter how low it crosses the line, it is an option to take it to the brick mark. One of the reasons for this is that there was some teams earlier who intentionally pulled the disc out of bounds so that they would have time to set up the defense properly. So to combat that, the brick mark was moved forward and the rules changed. Here, BSI 2 was able to get a hammer into the end zone. That is the wizard player on the team from NMBUI. And ready with the pull. TFK signaling ready. Some last minute adjustments to the line. Who do they want to defend? And BSI 2 is again setting up a wall, giving the entire field to TFK2 and relying on being able to stop them in their own end zone. TFK is able to swing the disc, and Musti there running through, getting the defense. Håkon picks up, passes to Musti, gets the disc back down the line. Lars Olav moves into the end zone, where he has scored a lot of points. He is excessively fast, so once the disc is thrown, is able to move to get it, even if it's a fast disc. Musti not finding anything downfield, looking for Håkon. Lars Olav is coming back out. Handlers found him too well covered. Preston trying to make a cut in the end zone. TFK is blocking down everything. Lars Olav is wide open. That was a risky hammer. And a good defense by number 36. And then throwing the disc straight back to BSI 2 with a uncalled for long hammer. And Lars Olav hammer knocking it down. Not finding anything downfield. Not finding anything in the handlers. And that pass was not caught. Oh, stealing a couple of meters there. But since BSI 2 has set up a wall already, it doesn't really affect the play if it takes 4 or 5 meters extra. So Håkon is on the chase. Swinging the disc. Musti not able to get in front of that. And TFK2 equalizes 4-4. 17 minutes played. Pull goes. Just misses everything mounted at the roof. ISO setup from BSI 2. Not able to find anything downfield. Resetting to a handler. Lars Olav is wide open, being poached. Passing back to Preston. Across to Lars Olav. Defender comes out. Passes forward to Håkon. Ooh, risky pass. Back to Håkon. Håkon taking his time, finding Lars Olav in the end zone. BSI up by 1. 5-4. BSI signaling ready, TFK is ready, pull goes. Taken down in their own end zone, but they have plenty of time. First BSI player is on the midfield. They do have one player open on the far side. Was standing on the corner. Didn't want to risk the throw. That was called not in. Toe was on the line, and everything has to be inside the end zone. A nice pass through the center for a score, equalizing to 5-5. Number 2, Kato, catching the disc. Pull goes. Lofty pull, hangs for a good time. Good amount of time. Hammer to Musti. They're setting up an ISO play, but is not able to find a continuation downfield. So stuck a little bit under the midfield. Got a wide open reset player across. And a nice grab by Lars Olav Hammer in the end zone. A low pass from Håkon, but able to reel it in. Another point up, 6-5. TFK working the end zone and is able to find an open player in the middle. 6-6. Now what we see BSI do here is sort of a zone play, except they do not meet the players in the midfield. They're just setting up in their own end zone. The reason for this is that there are only 5 players and running around defense is exhausting. So they hope to force TFK2 to throw away the disc and not find any openings. But they have been able to work through the zone play in the last couple of attempts. Lars Olav with the disc. Håkon comes in. Musti. Lars Olav gets the disc. Back to Musti. Preston. Back to Musti. Laser throw. Might have been aiming for the wizard. Håkon looking for something in the end zone, not finding it. Stålkamp getting high. Musti with the disc. Nobody counting. There one comes up. Preston is wide open. Håkon is open. Wide swing to Preston. Musti again. TFK2 has seen this before, so they now got 2 defenders on Lars Olav. Not wanting to give in. Ooh! Cheeky pass just outside of the reach of the TFK2 player for the score. BSI goes up 7-6. TFK signaling ready. BSI trying to figure out how to defend. This is not an end zone defense. Pull goes out on the sideline. TFK looking for a crossfield pass, but Lars Olav is able to poach that. BSI 2 taking over the disc. Good defense by number 13, disallowing that pass downfield to Preston. Crossfield from Lars Olav. Håkon comes back to help. Long pass. And for a score. BSI goes up another point. 26 and a half minutes played. Each game in this group stage is 30 minutes. If after 30 minutes there is less than 2 points, or after the final point is played, there is less points between the two teams. One is added to the highest score, and that is the new point target. So it's possible to come behind after the buzzer and still win a game, even if you're down by 2 points when the buzzer goes. TFK playing down the line. Håkon, not sure if that was in or out. I think he might have called the game, but TFK called himself out, the TFK 2 player. BSI taking their time, really working their way up. And Preston with a laser into the end zone. Lars Olav picking it up from just above his shoestrings. BSI to 3 points up. 6-9. So it's 6-9. Our producer is a bit behind on the score here, but I guess they'll get on the ball pretty soon. Ashula with the pull. That's swinging pull. Playing fast down the center field. Håkon coming back, knocking that out of the air. And a travel call on the field. Oh, he got his hand on that, but Wizard magically was able to pick it up. Musti gets this back. Håkon. And able to sneak in for the score. So BSI up by 4 points, only 20 seconds left of the clock. So I think BSI was able to secure this in the end. I think key to the victory was moving away from the end zone defense and start pressuring them higher up on the field. But I think the end zone defense might have been necessary in order to conserve their energy. So, well played game by BSI 2. As the buzzer goes. But the last point should be played, and having 7-10 on the board is much better than 6-11, so I think TFK is going to fight for this point. Now goal difference might come into play later in the tournament. Ooh, nice fake, puts Musti down on the ground. And TFK2 is able to take the last point. So final standings is 7-10. Winner is BSI. Marcel Hom scored the final point, number 16. So that's been it from me. Thank you for being with us, and enjoy the rest of the games.